Hello, everyone, and welcome to Class Choice Registration 2022-2023. Can you believe it? So we're going to jump right into this presentation, starting with general information. So this is the basic information that everybody needs to know about registration. First, how to log in. So when you log in to Class Choice, you're going through PowerSchool. So you go to msd321.com, click on PowerSchool links, click on students, click on PowerSchool, enter your username and password, and Class Choice will be right there on the left side of your screen, the little clipboard icon. Okay, if that's too much to remember, then you can just remember to go to the home page. You can find the PowerSchool link there, and you can go into our schools, so into Madison Junior High and to the counseling registration page, and there are instructions there for you to follow. Okay, next, changing classes. So we're going to look at how to make a basic change, how to see what's available, and how to change a core class because that's a little different. So first, to make a simple basic class change, you click on Edit on the left side of the period you want to change. So if you wanted to change first period, you would click on that Edit right there. That's going to bring up all 3 trimesters for first period or whatever period you selected. You're going to click on the drop-down menu for the period you want to change, pick your new class, and hit Submit. That's all there is to it for those simple class changes. And you can do most electives that way. And if you're changing a core class to an elective or changing an elective to a core class, usually you can just do those simple class changes. Okay, now before you make any changes, you should always check to see if the classes are available. So you can check for availability by just hovering over the course name. So you would just put your arrow over the name of the course anywhere in your schedule or on your requests, which aren't showing on this picture, but any class name that's in your request, you can do the same thing. And it's going to pop up this little box to show you what's available. If it's in red, that means it's not available. So don't try to switch to that class. So for example, in this graphic here, History 8.2 is not available in all of those spots that are showing. Next, to change a core class, you have to actually drop the class you have before you can add a different class. That's why checking that availability is so important. So you're going to drop the class by picking no class selected in the drop down, and then you go ahead and hit Submit. That will leave a blank spot in that space. And then you go back in and you can pick the class that you want. Okay, next, just a quick overview of the new classes we have this year. So we have 4 new classes that are available for you to choose. So the first one is a science class for 9th graders called Exploring Idaho's Earth Systems. The second one is an AP World History class, also for 9th graders, where you can earn some college credit at the end by taking and passing a test. There's Business Computer Apps 2, which is a computer class where you can learn more about Excel. And there is Peer Helpers, which is for 8th and 9th graders, where you can help some of our students with special needs. And you can help in their classroom with some of the things that they need in there. Okay, next up is full schedules is what we're looking for. So we require that you have a full schedule going into the next school year. The only exception is if you and your parents have decided you're doing some kind of a dual enrollment situation and you need to make sure that that is cleared and approved by an administrator or counselor so that we know what your plan is. Otherwise, you can't leave blank spaces. Now, if you're leaving a blank space for a TA, make sure you let a counselor know so that we know that's what you're doing. Otherwise, we're going to fill in those spots and it may not be what you want in your schedule. Okay, some important deadlines. Class Choice closes on May 20th. So that is the last day this spring that you can make changes to your schedule. Now, In the fall, it'll open again before school starts, and then before each trimester, we give you a week to make some adjustments. But this spring, May 20th is the last date, so kind of keep that date in mind. All right, so starting with the 8th grade, let's jump in and see your important information. First, your required classes. You must take English all 3 trimesters. You must take math all 3 trimesters. This is for next year's 8th graders. Okay, you have to take history 8-1 and 8-2. Those do have to go in order, so 1 before 2. Geology and astronomy are your 2 sciences, and then you must take a PE and a careers class. Okay, a couple of questions we sometimes get about our classes. First, PE versus athletic conditioning. Both will count as a PE credit. PE, you're going to play games like volleyball, badminton, dodgeball. Athletic conditioning is all weightlifting and running. Okay, either way, you can only have 2 total of these classes. So you can have a PE plus a PE, you can have a PE plus an athletic conditioning, or you can have an athletic conditioning plus an athletic conditioning. You should not have 3 classes in the trimester, in the year. Definitely not 3 classes in a trimester. You should not have 3 of these classes in a year, and you should not have more than 1 in any one trimester. Okay, enriched history is another option that you can take for your history, and it will take the place of either history 8-1 or history 8-2. These classes are a little more work. You're going to do a project. You're going to compete in the National History Day competition. You're going to have to do a little bit extra before the class starts. So you need to plan on putting in a little more effort if you're going to participate in the enriched history class. But then it will take the place of one of your other regular history classes. Okay, important date for you guys is April 30th. So Saturday, April 30th is when registration opens for you. You can check out your schedule on April 29th, so it'll open early for you to just to look at it. But April 30th, starting at 6 a.m., is when you can make changes to your schedule. Now, your schedule will briefly close on May 6th and 7th when we open it for next year's 7th graders. Otherwise, it will be open until that final date of May 20th. Okay, on to the 9th grade. So important for you guys to know, you must take math all 3 trimesters. English is only 2 trimesters for you in 9th grade next year. World history is a requirement unless you substitute a foreign language. You must take 2 science courses. You have several to choose from, but you just need to take 2 of them, and then you get 6 electives. Okay, so here's that information about foreign language. So world history and foreign language both fulfill the same graduation requirement. So you can take Spanish, or you can take French, or you can take world history, or you can take AP world history. So lots of options for that requirement. Okay, and AP world history, remember, is all 3 trimesters. So you must take all 3 trimesters if you sign up for AP world history. It's going to be a faster pace. It's probably a little more work for you. It is taught over at the high school, and you are required to pay an additional fee to take that class. At the end, you will have the opportunity to take a test to earn some college credits. Now, if you are looking at completing the associate degree program, you should consider taking at least 1 year of a foreign language here at the junior high, so either that's Spanish or French, and you should be able to be through geometry before you start your sophomore year. That is what the high school counselors recommend for going into the associate degree. If you want more information about that degree, you can talk to the high school counselors for more details. Okay, in addition to the AP World History, other classes that are taught at the high school include Marching Band, Web Design 1, Intro to Debate, Intro to Speech, which is not the same as the speech class that Mr. Becraft teaches here. So Intro to Speech is taught at the high school, French 1, and 0 Hour Seminary, which requires a separate application process. Also, if you are going to be involved in any of the competitive sports classes, those are also taught at the high school. Now, the only one you can sign up for right now is track. All of the other sports have tryouts or have to have approval from the head coach. So if you're planning on participating in those, just go ahead and put an elective in your 5th period spot in the trimester that that class is taught. If you want to be a teacher's aide, that also is a different process. You have to talk to the teacher to get approval. The teacher will give us, the counselors, your name. You need to find out what period is going to work in your schedule, make sure it works with the teacher, and then you need to make sure that you let a counselor know that you want that TA to go into that spot on your schedule. For next year's 9th graders, your registration opens on the Saturday, April 23rd. Also at 6 a.m., you'll be able to view your schedules the day before on April 22nd, and then you can make changes if you want on Saturday, April 23rd. When we open for the other grades, yours will close briefly. So on the April 29th and 30th and May 6th, 7th, you will not be able to access class choice for those 2 days, but then it'll open back up for you to make changes. And that is it. Good luck with registration this year. I hope it goes great.